quest to end the chapter, in our next chapter, in our war against extremist and radical Islam. And if you could just stand where I'm standing now, you'd be very proud. You'd be very proud. Honestly, it touches the heart. I'm very proud of every single one of you that's made it here today. A few weeks ago, we lost one of our brothers.
Sorry, mate.
Our friend from Halifax Division, Andy, was a warrior. He was not frightened to stand up against adversity. He was not frightened to say it the way it was, whatever the consequences. We should all carry a piece of Andy Smelt in our hearts. And so, I would like to take this opportunity to dedicate today's event to the memory of Andy Smelt. Before we begin, I'd like to propose a 1 minute silence for both Andy and all of the troops who have given their lives for our country in conflicts past and present. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. The radicalists and their supporters never cease to amaze me, you know. There was a man, his name escapes me for the moment, he's an extremist radical Muslim type person, who said in Egypt, the judge said, but it's okay to beat your missus up as long as you don't leave any marks. And I cannot believe that we have people in this country that support that ideology. I cannot believe that there are people in this country that support Sharia law, the same Sharia law that not only condones but promotes sexual relations between adults and children. We cannot, we must not allow this sort of thing to carry on in our land any longer. There are over 100 Sharia law courts in operation in this country. You cannot tell me that those practices, sexual relations between adults and children as young as 1 year old, men beating their wives up, women treated like cattle, homosexuals persecuted, Jews, Christians, anything non-Islamic persecuted. You cannot tell me those practices are not being carried out behind the closed doors of those Sharia law courts. There can only ever be one English Defence League. And my message to the people of this country, whatever race, creed or colour they may be, is that take no notice of the attempted indoctrination of the Islamic Jews. That is, they try to convince people that somehow it is wrong to speak out against Islam. No, it's not. We are entitled to say no to Sharia law. We are entitled to say no to having mosques built on every street corner. We're entitled to say no to our women being treated like cattle. We are entitled to say no to being force-fed halal meat. So what say you? No! Okay, we have one or two speakers here today. A couple you may know, but we also have a distinguished guest from America, Rabbi Shifrin, who will also give a talk. And I hope that you extend your warmest welcome for him. But first up, a man that we all know and love, Mr. Kevin Carroll. Thank you.
It's a good flag, love.
Right, thanks very much everyone for turning out today.
It's a good one.
As you know, we're EDL and we're a family, we're brothers and sisters, and we're standing united here today to show our outrage at the way this country is being treated. I'm standing here today to point out, sorry sir, I'm standing here today to point, here we go. Die crack! I'm standing here today to point out a few things that need to be addressed. People ask, why do we support Israel? People accuse us of being Zionists, or at least being part of a New World Order plot against all Muslims and Islam as a whole. So I'm going to put that conspiratorial rubbish to bed once and for all and make things crystal clear. We believe that Israel has a right to exist. We believe Israel has a right to defend itself from any aggressor, Islamist or otherwise. And if those two things make me a Zionist, then so be it, I must be a Zionist. Many Muslims are indoctrinated from birth through religious teachings to demonise Jews, much like the Nazi propaganda machine of Hitler and all his anti-Semitic conspiracies of Nasser, whose actions incidentally brought about the rise of the Muslim Brotherhood. This was the birth of modern-day jihad, which has evolved and splintered into other terrorist organisations all over the world, ones like Al-Qaeda. Quran, Surah 5, verse 51. O believers, take not Jews and Christians as friends. They are friends of each other. Whoso of you makes them his friends is one of them. God guides not the people of the evildoers. Yes, that's right. The Quran tells Muslims not to take Jews and Christians as friends. Does this not promote segregation while promoting another supremacist ideology? Those Muslims who do take Jews and Christians as friends are one of them. In other words, such a friendly Muslim is not a real Muslim according to this surah. Quran Surah 9 verse 29. Fight those who believe not in Allah, nor the last day, nor hold that forbidden which have been forbidden by Allah and His Messenger, nor acknowledge the religion of truth, even if they are the people of the book, until they pay the jizya with willing submission and feel themselves subdued. So the Quran calls for the subjugation of people of the book. That's us Christians and Jews, by the way. This entails paying the jizya, a tax payable only by those who don't wish to follow Islam. Those non-Muslims who refuse to pay this tax are no longer protected citizens and are likely targets of Islamist aggression. Don't get me wrong, but doesn't that sound like some kind of mafia protection racket?